Okay, so we're back on this side. Speakers are installing our Aura. Little known brand, very, very good speaker. They build the bass shakers. A lot of people know what those are. But they institute neodymium magnets, which is really nice, and very large voice coils. In this case, on this 5.5, it has a 1-inch voice coil. And they actually inset the voice coil like you're supposed to on a neodymium setup. So it gives you better voice reproduction. You're not looking for bass with these speakers, even though it has a vented pull piece. This is made for very, very high fidelity sound. Sensitivity on this is 92 decibels, which is excellent, especially if you don't plan on having an amplifier hooked up to them. It will do very good with just factory sound, or even better, an aftermarket radio. So I have, right now, this is a stock unit that's hooked up, but I'm going to be hooking up a Pioneer unit, which should be powering this pretty well. So now let's see. Okay, so remember what I told you. So I set the speaker in, and I put a single screw in there, and that's going to hold it in place while I use the glue to set that speaker in there. And okay. So I'm going to start here and be generous. Yes, I am doing this one-handed, which is, believe me, not easy. Okay, to finish up. But to go back over a couple of things, when you pull the cover off here, it's right here, it comes off. Let's show it to you what it looks like. You want to pull from the inside of the handle and pull it out. Don't pull it from that end, because that's where the clip is. You break that, you're going to be sorry. So, same thing on the inside of the door handle. You want to pull from the inside on this side, not this side. Once again, so everything's now installed. Just use a little black tape to hold the wires down, a little bit of silicone. That's the crossover, tweeter, everything's zip tied down. It gives a nice clean finish. That's what it should look like when you're done. I silicone the box down as well. If you don't want anything rattling, so anything you can do to prohibit that would be best. Okay, so we have a couple more things to talk about. It was getting a little loud outside, so I didn't really want to make any more videos. But as you can see, people are going to ask this, what color wire goes to what terminal. So get it quick, this should be 2009 through 2012. Don't know if they're going to do a model change in 13, but you can see what colors match up. You can pause it here and get an idea. So you make sure you don't reverse the phase in the speakers, which a lot of people don't realize causes your audio quality to be significantly depleted. So it was all finished. You should be able to put it all back together. It should never look like anything happened. If you break clips, buy them. Don't try putting parts back together without the clips being replaced. Your door is going to hang. It's not going to sit properly. Tweeters installed, and that's another thing too. When you're putting these tweeters in, make sure that you check the distance, and it's not going to bind up against anything. There's nothing worse than spending all that time to get the tweeter set, then closing your door and realizing it's smushed up against something. So check all the distances first. One thing we didn't talk about was the back speakers. Did those as well. Same idea, except these have metal frames on them, and that's going to mean that you're going to have metal shears. I have a particular pair that I used. Sorry, boy running around. Right here, and you're just basically going to cut the inside of the speaker out. There's five points at which you have to cut it out. And same thing, rip the speaker apart, salvage your hookup and everything, and bend everything out a little bit so that you get a little bit of play. And then your speaker basically just drops right in. Now, it's not going to sit flush, and that's not a problem because we're not going to be screwing these down. We're going to be gluing them down. So you can actually put a little bit of angle, and I like to have it angled just a little bit like that, so the sound's going kind of that way versus flat where it's going up and bouncing off. So if you can see, it sits a little off-centered, but I mean not off-centered, but a little tilted. And once the silicone sets up, it isn't going to matter. It's not sitting at a height or either that's going to interfere with the cover back here. Okay, so to get the back covers off, sorry, I'm in the garage because it's quieter in here. There's this bottom cover that has to be partially pulled up, and then there's a intermediate cover and a side cover over the quarter panel here. And then you can finally take the back off. It all just snaps out. I mean, honestly, if you can just go reach your hand in there, you'll feel all how it gives, and you can pull it out. I've seen other videos too, and people pulling it out. It's not that difficult. Just be careful. If you have to give something too much force, then you're doing it wrong. Period. So